Hello, it is V, the rock and roll mystic. How are you all today? I know it's been a minute. I've been on vacation. I've been struggling more, which is what it is, with my ADHD and my neural divergent head. But I wanted to come in because I was watching, you know, the YouTube channels as you do. And I came across Kendra's journey and I watched a video. And Debbie said that they started a new channel and it's called Consulting Crones. And she did a video and she asked for VRs. And so, since I am just starting to step into my cronehood, I guess for lack of a better word, I figured, hey, this might be a fun one to jump on. I know her and her partner on the channel, I think her name is Jen. I apologize if I didn't get that right. I just started watching the videos and I know it's brand new. So hopefully I will be given a bit of grace. But, you know, she's looking to create a community. Sorry, words are not my friend today. So she and her partner, Jen, I think, they're trying to create a community of crones and to help support the community, talking about the different transitions that, those of us of a certain age have to deal with. Now, I have to be quite honest. I do have a little bit of imposter syndrome when it comes to being a crone, even though I am a crone and I am in menopause. I don't have any kids. I don't have, or even ever have grandchildren. So I don't fit the traditional mold of crone. Plus, the fact I haven't quite been able to accept the fact that I have a lot of gray. So I keep dyeing my hair, which I guess is neither here nor there. But I don't feel my age, so I don't typically want to look my age. I will be 54 in a month, or less than a month, actually. I'm a September baby. But I do feel a little bit of imposter syndrome, as I was saying. But that being said, I am going through an awful lot of different transitions that I don't know are indicative of hitting this time in my life or are just me. I don't know. As I said, I'm yes, words. I'm in menopause. So that's been interesting. But even though I had some, hot flashes and I get cold flashes, or I was getting cold flashes, which is very weird because I wouldn't have too many moments where I would get the hot flash where I would be like sweating, but I would get cold flashes where I would literally be chilled to the bone. And then I would turn into, I guess the way I can explain it, I guess, you ever feel like the hot inside of a dryer, but like it doesn't make you sweaty, but you're hot. So I would get that and it would start to like kind of grow from within. And then it would dissipate and then I would get freezing cold. So I was having that. Luckily, though, I did find, and if anybody wants to try this, it is a little on the pricey side, and it, they kind of do a little bit of, I don't know, weird things where they only have 27 pills per bottle. But I did find an herbal supplement from Happy Mammoth that has been a godsend. It literally within a week and a half, I've no more hot flashes. And it's got like wild yam in it and stuff like that. It's called Hormone Harmony by Happy Mammoth. So if you want to look it up, I've been getting it on Amazon. I guess Happy Mammoth has an Amazon store. So I've been getting it on Amazon, and we've been able to put it on a subscription, so it comes. But anyway, but that was a lifesaver because it's like I couldn't get cool enough, but I couldn't get hot enough. It was like this back and forth. It was horrible. And luckily it only lasted a little bit, and I found the Hormone Harmony, and it's done. I know, as far as transitions are concerned, I don't know if this has anything to do with, life transitions and stuff like that. But I remember when I was just about, how was it? I can't remember how old I was. Probably in my 40s, or like late 30s, early 40s, something like that. I've been having, stomach issues for a really long time. And I've been trying to get a handle on that. And in some of my other videos, I have mentioned it, in my health struggles, and how self-care is really important to me, and how I redid my whole diet, and, been trying to heal my gut. And then I went to all carnivore, and I'm just all over the place. But when I first started that journey, I went raw for about 3 months. Just, I think the only foods that I had that wouldn't necessarily be considered raw were applesauce. And I had some yogurt. So I guess yogurt doesn't really get heated above a certain, I don't know. Anyway, but outside of that, that's what I had. And almost immediately my hair started falling out. And it was very upsetting because, first of all, I was not even 40. And then I couldn't figure out what was causing it. So I was doing all this nutritional stuff. And then a few years ago, I said, you know what, I need to figure this out. And I had already been definitely in perimenopause. I was still, regular and all that stuff. So I hadn't hit full on menopause yet. But I tried to figure out, what was causing it. And little bit of a caveat segue here. I do have this belief in me that aging and illness is a choice. And I've been trying to put that into practice for myself to see if that belief that I carry within me is a truth, or at least my truth. And I can honestly tell you, I look younger and I feel younger now at almost 54 than I did when I was 35. So I've even been able to, like, remove some wrinkles. I had like like the little M here, wrinkles. That's gone away, for the most part. I still have a scar. So like sometimes I'll do this, you'll see it, but like, I think this is my scar. I can't know, I'm mirrored on the camera, but I have a scar on my forehead. So, but I've done a lot of stuff, and I've healed my skin, so my skin's good. I have, nice texture. So I've done an awful lot of things, and so far my belief is turning into my truth. That being said, I am the type of person that if something goes wrong in my body, I have to figure it out. Like, I have to fix it. So And that might be my spectrum disorder that makes me have to figure it out. Because I know that is part of my idiosyncrasies is I have to figure things out. I can't leave things um misunderstood, or I can't leave things when things don't make sense. Um, so I've actually been using that for my body. So as I've been going through this transition into menopause and into this new life, and health, I have been feeling younger, even though I still have health issues. I still have chronic pain, but I've been able to heal my liver. I've been able to heal my lungs. I've been able to heal my skin. I've been able to grow back my hair. And so back to where I started before the tangent, I needed to figure out why I was losing my hair. And I was not going to take the reason of hormone. I wasn't gonna, because I believe we as women, our hormones, yes, have cycles, but I think our lifestyles and our conditioning and and the foods we eat, and whether we you know we are naughty and eat too much candy or drink alcohol or whatever, like it's just the way we live our lives, which makes it more difficult for our bodies to run efficiently. And I'm in that camp because I have a sweet tooth. I love chocolate. Um, um, but I wasn't going to let hormones be the reason why I lost my hair, because that's not a reason. That's an excuse in my eyes. In my neurodivergent brain, that was an excuse. And I don't take excuses as fact. So I did an awful lot. I do go to an endocrinologist every year. I use that as my primary care physician. And so I get all my levels tested and all that stuff. And so a couple years ago, I started talking to him about the hair loss, and he tested my iron. Now, I have a history of not absorbing nutrients as best as my body probably could. And so my iron saturation was really low. So I'm like, okay, well, let me start taking iron and see if that's the reason why my hair um, um, is thinning. And then, and so I was taking iron, and then I read that vitamin C helps iron absorb. So I started taking an iron pill and a vitamin C pill at the same time. And I didn't see that happening. So I don't know, about a year in, I didn't see any big change. So I'm thinking, like, I don't want this to be my life. I don't want to have this. And so my husband, who is a personal trainer, and he dabbles in nutrition, and he's very hyper focused on eating healthy and all that for himself and for his clients. He brought up to me lactoferrin. And lactoferrin is another thing that helps iron absorb into your body. So I started taking lactoferrin. So I was taking lactoferrin, iron, vitamin C. And if I don't know, you can tell, I have grown quite a bit of my hair back. Still a little bit thin right up here, but I've been fixing it. I've been fixing it. And on top of that, according to my hair, what menopause did is it gave me curls. I have never had curly hair before. So for the last 2.5 years, I've been trying to manage curly hair. I've always had straight hair. So that's a plus. I'm a curly haired woman now. So yeah, that's been like my biggest transition that I've been dealing with right now. And I don't know if it's because of these transitional stages, hormonal stages. Um, other things I've been having an issue. And if you have watched any of my videos, I do struggle with ADHD, and I've been struggling with ADHD paralysis. Um, and I'm also on the spectrum. That is self-diagnosed, I have to be honest. But I did take a whole bunch of the tests um, that were recommended by like psychiatrists and stuff like that online. So I went to like credible sites and took a couple tests, and I ranked pretty high. Actually, 143 out of 200. So, so now I've been trying to relearn who I am, because my whole life, now I was diagnosed ADHD when I was in my early 30s, so I'm late diagnosed for everything. But those of you out there who are of a certain age, like myself, you know that when we were in school, none of that stuff existed for women, or for girls. We were just daydreamers that wouldn't apply themselves and not living up to their potential. All of those things that you get on your little report cards, like in kindergarten and elementary school, and then in high school, you end up getting lots of detentions because you can't function. Yeah, that was me. So, uh, I'm late diagnosed, and it's only been in this past week that I have done all the tests. I've done the AQ test, and I did the ASPE test. And yeah, the 143 out of 200 for the ASPE test, and my AQ test was 38, and it said that 92.3 or 90.6% of adult females who are on the spectrum test at 32 or higher. So yeah, so there's that. So now, not only am I going through this big giant change with menopause, I'm also going through this whole relearning of who I am. And some of that's good, some of that's a struggle. It's good because I was always considered a brat. I was always the bad kid. I was always the kid that nobody could handle. I would break doors. I would have meltdowns. I would, I just was not. I was a very domineering child. Let's just say that. And I spent a lot of time by myself because I just couldn't handle things. And now at 54, I'm realizing, okay, maybe I'm not so broken. Now, I thought that when I got diagnosed ADHD, that would be like my thing. I'm like, oh, I'm not broken. Everything's great. And now here I am at 54, and I'm like, I still been thinking I've been broken for so long. So yeah, I'm just rambling, but basically Debbie said just talk about your transitions and all that stuff. I'm very grateful that I have my husband, who is very accepting, very patient. He's a saint. He is such a saint. Because when at least the last 2 years, especially, it's not been easy to navigate my my issues that I've been having with the paralysis, and of course I found out today. I was watching a video, and I guess it's called PDA, pathological demand avoidance. Yeah, I that's one of my biggest things. I will not do something. I avoid everything. Um, either I'm afraid it's going to get me sick. I have a trait that I can't stop something until it's finished. Um, and that's a big issue, because if I see a big job in front of me, I won't touch it, because I know I'm not going to be able to stop until it's done. And just to give you a funny little anecdote, years ago, we have an old house. As you can tell, my house is old. And this is before, I don't know, maybe it was like 15 years ago. We've been in this house like 21 years, or I'm sorry, 24 years. Holy crap. It's been a long time. We've been in this house 24 years. And maybe, I don't think we were in this house 10 years yet. It's probably like within the first 8 years, 5 to 8 years that we were living here. We were having some mouse problems. And at the time, my cats, I had 5 cats, and they were pretty much useless. None of them chased mice. They were useless. So we ended up having a mouse problem. And because of the cats, I guess the mice found a way into the pantry, and we did not know it. And so we found out that we had at least one mouse living in our pantry for a really long time. And that broke me. Because number one, my OCD went on high alert. I'm like, this can't, no mouse is going to live in my pantry. They're disgusting. I as cute as they are, I don't want to live with them, because they do carry disease, and they make a mess, and all that. So I basically went into a hyper focus mode, and my pantry is only 4 feet by 5 feet. You can get shelves on 2 sides. And then I have a little table with like a bread maker on it. And I spent 12 hours in that pantry in one go, bleaching the whole place, emptying things. The kitchen was a mess. I took everything out of the pantry. I was throwing things away. We got new shelves. I broke out my label maker, labeled the shelves. I was a machine. I wasn't going to stop until it was done. Not that I could stop. And then I was basically on my back for 3 days. Like, I just, all this energy out, and then I was done. I had to recover. And that's kind of my way of doing things. So I avoid a lot of things if it's going to take a lot of work. It's been rough lately. I've got all these different changes, but my husband he's trying to navigate what I've been doing, or what I've been going through, and trying to help me. And he's definitely neurotypical. So, sometimes it's hard for me to put into words how I'm feeling, to have him understand it. And he's patient. He does his best, and he's helping me a lot. Today we went out and got exercise clothes, because I had no exercise clothes. And he's like, I don't know how to really help you, but I do know that if I can get you to the gym once, twice a week, that's going to help you, because it's going to help your brain work better, and it's going to help you feel better. Because with menopause, I had lost, like, I don't know, 30 pounds. And then I had gotten, about, was it 3 years ago? Oh my gosh, it's almost 3 years ago. Maybe 2 years ago. I don't know. I'm allergic to canola oil, and we went somewhere, and I basically got poisoned, because everything I ate had canola oil in it. And it took me about a year and a half to heal from that poisoning. And that helped me put the weight that I just lost back on, and then menopause hit, and then the rest of it came on. So I basically gained all of the weight I've lost. Maybe even a little bit more. I don't think much more, but a little frustrating, little frustrating. And so he's trying to help me the best I can. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's what's going on in my entry into cronehood, or cronedom. I don't know what you want to call it. And I'm trying to, like, hitting menopause, it really helps you feel a little bit more crone like. I know I don't have kids. I don't have grandparents. I have a kitty, who I'm talking too much, so she's in the other room, probably in her tunnel, waiting for me to shut up. She doesn't like it when I talk when she's trying to relax. But yeah, I'm going through all of those transitions. Now I do have a lot of plants that are doing pretty well. I just gave them all haircuts and bundled, and they're hanging to dry. So I was able to harvest some. I'm looking at it all behind here. So I harvested some lemon balm, gave that a haircut, and my basil, I have dark opal and Italian. I gave them both haircuts, and then my oregano or oregano, I had to give that a haircut because that was like all like just, it had beautiful flowers and it was like these long tendrils. So I had to cut that back, and so all that is drying, which is kind of cool. I got my root plant. So right now everything is kind of okay. I had to set up a grow light here, because they weren't getting enough sun. Even though on the front porch, this porch only really gets out late afternoon sun. So my chamomile is struggling. So this weekend I'm going to I'm going to take that container and I'm going to separate it. It's like half chamomile and half lavender. And I'm going to separate them, and then I'm going to put the chamomile in its own container, and the lavender can have more space. But that's what I've been doing to try to ground myself through all these transitions. Still dealing with some, stomach stuff that I don't know what's causing that, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how things go. I'm constantly in my pajamas. So one of the things that that was on Debbie's video was like, do you like your comfy clothes? Heck yeah, I do. I am very much. If I have to put on like street clothes, I'm like, ugh, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. And yeah. All right. So I guess I'm just rambling right now. But there wasn't too much structure with the video. So this is just my VR to Consulting Crones. I'm hoping that as I get a handle on some of this stuff, that I can take what I'm learning about how things are affecting me and be able to share it with some of the people in my community and maybe here online, on YouTube. And really kind of be a part of, the crone community, because I think, we have a lot of experience. I may have only been in this witchy space for, about a year now, solidly a year. But I have been, sorry, I'm kicking the camera. I'm kicking you. I'm sorry. I've been working on myself, and been getting all these certifications for a really long time, and I have an awful lot of knowledge in me. And now, granted, it's a little bit hidden because of the stuff that I'm dealing with right now, but um, but I was trained into dealing with like normal people go through, you know, and I just hope maybe, I can help in this community. And that's pretty much why I'm on YouTube, to share my own personal gnosis, to share my journey, to share all of the lessons that I have learned and I am learning. And if it can help one person or two people, then I feel like I've done my job. So um, I'm looking forward to what's to come. And yes, I need to get a handle on everything, but um, I got to find a therapist. I have I have a list. It's got to be Jungian because I consider myself an alchemist. So got to be Jungian, has to have an ADHD, autism type um, knowledge, and they need to be open to this crazy life that we lead. And if I can find one, then I will be in a good space because I'm good when I talk to people. And so we'll see what happens. So I know this is long. I apologize. I didn't think it was going to be long, but you know me, I tend to be go on tangents and stuff like that and ramble. Um, but I hope anything I said ends up being educational somewhere down the line. So again, hopefully I don't look awkward because I'm using my iPad. So if I look at myself, I'm looking over here. But if I look at the camera, I'm looking over here. So hopefully I was able to keep myself pretty, pretty, I guess focused on, I'm fidgeting with my iPen for my phone or my iPad. But anyway, so I'm going to leave that there. I hope, that I guess fit the bill for the VR to Debby, and Consulting Crones. And if it helps somebody. And looking forward to seeing what happens. So I guess I'm gonna sign off. I know I've said that 3 times now. I'm not really good at signing off for things. Um, brain. Okay. I need to get off. So have a good day, good night, everybody. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. And I'm looking forward to seeing more from the Consulting Crones page. And if you are interested, if you are like myself and of a certain age, I will link their page down below in the description, along with maybe a direct link to Debby's video. And if you want to do a VR, go right ahead. Talk to us, teach us, tell us how you're dealing with it. What's going on? If you have any tips or tricks, or I just want to be part of this community. There's a few crones here on this in this community, and every once in a while we kind of come together, and then we come together. So I don't know, maybe this will be something. This channel can help us all come together. So with that, make sure if you like this, just give it a like. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I would like to be able to, hit, I don't even know what I am at. I was hoping to hit 100. If I hit 100 and I don't know, then yay me. If not, help me get to 100. It would be great to have 100 subscribers. And if you have any questions, or if you have any tips for me or anything, you can put anything down in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Not sure when that will be, but until then, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, walk in love and light, and of course, music This is a rock and roll mystic. I am signing off for tonight. Permanently now. Yes, I'm signing off right now for the night. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.